Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first stop of the Jeep National Championship Series in Big Bear Lake, California. I'm Greg Lewis, along with the mountain bike editor of Bicycling Magazine, Tim Bumenthal. And you know, Tim, we're entering the 10th year of this National Championship Series. 1989, Big Bear Lake was the site of the championship, and a lot of tradition, not only in the sport, but then in this particular location.
Well, it's hard to believe sometimes, Greg, that the sport of mountain bike racing goes back a full decade in the United States. And we've actually been through, well, you could say almost 3 generations of champions. We had Joe Murray and Jackie Phelan in the early years, then Ned Overend and Sarah Ballantyne.
You say this, though, as if Ned Overend and Sarah Ballantyne were done.
Well, Overend and Ballantyne are still top contenders, but in the last couple of years, John Tomac, Julie Furtado, Ruthie Mathis, we have new names, actually a packed quality field of Americans competing in this series this year.
At the end of April, the World Cup getting underway in Europe, 4 events there. Now the Americans have come back. Really no Europeans in this field here in Big Bear Lake. Who are you going to say are the favorites at Big Bear based on what happened in Europe already?
Well, let's not think first about Europe. Let's talk about what happened in the National Championship Series last year. Ned Overend, I'm not so quick to write him off. He won last year. He came on strong near the end. John Tomac would be another favorite, though. He was terrific near the end of the season. He won the World Cup and then the World Championships.
And leads the World Cup right now.
Yes, he does.
What about Darryl Price, Ned Overend's understudy? A lot of people say this is the year that he may come from under that shadow of Overend.
Well, it's possible. He's young, but who better to ride under and to learn from than Ned Overend? Ned Overend as your teammate. And in fact, Darryl Price is accomplished in his own right. He won a World Cup last summer. Maybe this is his year.
In the women's field, favorites?
Well, again, I'll look to the defending series champion, and that's Julie Furtado. She was absolutely terrific in the early season last year. Maybe Sarah Ballantyne, strong, consistent.
What about the course? Demanding?
Demanding, yes, because we're at 7,000 feet elevation, and it's also very dry and dusty. And for racers coming from Europe, this is a new challenge, one that they like, but still, they have to get acclimatized.
Rivalry's about to be renewed on a demanding course in Big Bear Lake.
We've done, huh, Peter? Terrific.
The National Championship Series is brought to you by Jeep. Introducing the new Jeep Grand Cherokee, totally redesigned from the ground up. And by Budweiser, the king of beers. With that clean, crisp, cold taste, nothing beats a Bud.
This summer, these superstar rivals join the nation's best to realize their ultimate dream. Now, Sports Illustrated captures all their explosive power on the video NBA Dream Team, produced by the NBA. It's free with your paid subscription. Over Robinson, Barkley, Magic, Bird, Malone, Ewing, and Jordan. Now shooting for a common goal. And nobody takes you inside like Sports Illustrated. Call to order or renew for this incredible free video. Magic Johnson! Along with 30 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the college and pro football previews, for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Meet the men who will wake up the world when the Dream Team becomes a reality on this free video. And enjoy every great moment to come in Sports Illustrated. Call now.
Favorites, of course, Julie Furtado, 7 wins last year, including Big Bear, and an old rival of hers, Big Red, Sarah Ballantyne, and another Susan DiMattei, second in this event last year.
I'll Alison Cedar of Canada has ridden less than a dozen mountain bike races in her career, but she's the big star of the early season. And this is Tommy Jacques of Boulder, Colorado. She was one of the surprises last year. She finished 8th overall.
6 stops in the Jeep National Championship Series. The competitors must count 5, including the final set for Durango, Colorado in August. So we're underway here with Big Bear Lake, California. The course, 6.2-mile loop. The women make 4 laps, 800 feet of climbing per lap. And another factor, dust.
It's very dry here in California, but that doesn't stop Alison Cedar of Canada from going to her strong road rider style start. She burst into the scene last year, winning the Chateau d'Aix World Cup in Switzerland. This year, she's also hoping to do well in the road racing Olympics.
But it's Julie Furtado, the defending champion at Big Bear Lake, who sets the early pace on this climb. Climbing not the key part of this race, however, it's the descents.
This is a work road, and the object here is to keep a good rhythm and tempo. Tommy Jacques is doing just that in 2nd place.
Behind her, Susan DiMattei, but it's Julie Furtado, who is known for her ability to struggle. In fact, the harder the race becomes, the happier she is.
Furtado prefers to be in front, where her main opponent is the course.
Tommy Jacques working hard, but her reputation is to be strong at the beginning of a race and then to falter. Will she be different this year?
And over the top, Furtado heads into the descent. And this is usually where she shines, because she's very strong and more aggressive than most of her competitors.
Tommy Jacques enters the downhill section. It's not that it's so technical, it's that it's fast and daring. And Furtado is thriving.
And Susan DiMattei in 3rd place. She's coming off 2 subpar years, but now back to full health and probably full confidence.
Furtado nearing the end of the first of 4 laps. She goes for the water again, heat and dust. A major problem in this race.
Tammy Jacques, she looks pretty strong and pretty aggressive near the end of the 1st lap.
For Furtado, it's a hike-a-bike at the bottom portion of the steep section of the 2nd lap. And it's amazing to think that the best riders in the world actually have to get off their bikes here, Tim.
Yes, but sometimes it is faster to get off, but what's important is when you get back on to do it smoothly, just like Julie Furtado did.
Furtado, gold medal in the off-road worlds in 1990, and then last year, just fortifying her reputation with 7 wins, including this event.
This is Sarah Ballantyne. She's now 31 years old. She's always been a gritty competitor who can come from behind late in a race, but today she doesn't seem to be in balance.
Come on, Julie.
Julie Furtado nearing the end of lap 2, and no one is challenging her.
Under control and open and things up.
I think her big battle, Greg, will be to stay hydrated. Tammy Jacques still looking smooth and strong, not faltering at all.
This race so different than the European World Cup events, where it was mud and slush and rain, and now it's dust and bumpy, rocky downhills, but Furtado again in control.
This is how she stretches her lead with that powerful descending. Sarah Ballantyne doesn't seem to be on top of her gear. Her cadence is very, very slow.
Ballantyne in 4th. This is Susan DiMattei, who's moved into 2nd, and Tommy Jacques, who's dropped back to 3rd, riding tentatively on the descents and fading on the climbs.
And so Julie Furtado approaches the end of lap 3, 1 full lap to go. In the past, her demons have been flat tires. Today, it'll be that and perhaps staying ahead of the heat.
Susan DiMattei trying to close, but Julie Furtado has put such distance ahead of everyone else that it seems that she has got this race under control.
And again, it's strange to see the leader of a big bicycle race walking, but at this point, it probably is the most efficient for Julie Furtado.
Sarah Ballantyne in 4th with a chance to catch Tommy Jacques on this last lap. It's a watershed year for Ballantyne. She doesn't seem to have the same strength at age 31 that she used to. And now, Julie Furtado on her favorite, the descent, and she is untouchable.
Susan DiMattei finished 3rd overall in this series last year, despite a blood clot. And the year before, she broke her elbow. A lot of tough luck.
Bad luck not plaguing her now, though. She's solidly in 2nd place. Tammy Jacques looking back over her shoulder. She's in 3rd, but worried about the charging Sarah Ballantyne. And coming to the finish, the the first win of the Jeep NORBA Series for Julie Furtado at Big Bear Lake. She defends the title she took here a year ago and shows that she is still in great form.
In most places, when the show ends, the party's over. At Bally's in Las Vegas, when the show's over, the party just begins.
Celebrate good times, come on.
Party with our Super Celebration Package. 3 days and 2 nights of food, shows, and more. Just $36.50 per person per night, double occupancy. Call 1-800-634-3434. Bally's, where the celebration never ends.
Nissan Pathfinder. On a daily basis, it can be cheaper to lease one than to park one. Lease a Pathfinder XE V6 just $10 a day for 36 months. Nissan Sentra. On a daily basis, it can be more expensive to wash one than to lease one. Sentra XE, just $5 a day for 36 months.
The race against time. 23 days of two-wheel torture. The Tour de France, the most challenging bicycle race in the world. A 2,000-mile race that can be won or lost in less than a second. Don't miss a moment of ESPN's unprecedented coverage. Beginning Saturday, July 4th on ESPN. In the race against time, every second counts.
Basking in a glory of victory, it is Boulder, Colorado's Julie Furtado, the NORBA champion last year. Her first win this year. In second, it's Susan DiMattei. And now let's go to our Peter Graves with the winner. Peter?
With an excited Julie Furtado. Julie, you just blew it wide open today. You must have felt good, but yet when I saw you across the finish line, you went, wow, I'm glad it's over. You looked exhausted.
I was exhausted. It was a really hard course, a hot day, lots of climbing, and it's just a true test of mountain biking, and I enjoyed finishing it.
We're used to seeing down-to-the-wire head-to-head battles between Julie Furtado and Sarah Ballantyne, but today Ballantyne can muster only third place.
Julie Furtado the win. Susan DiMattei second, then Ballantyne. In fourth, Tommy Jacques, who faded. And fifth, Elodie Brown.
After one race, Julie Furtado looks comfortable in the Jeep National Championship Series leader's jersey.
Here's a man who defines the sport of mountain bike racing. Ned Overend, 36 years old, 5 national NORBA titles. But his field of rivals is thick, including his own teammate, Darrell Price.
They're gonna have that.
And this is Rishi Grewal, who was very strong near the beginning of last season, looking to do well in California. He won here last year.
And if there's a crowd, it must be gathered around, yes, the rainbow jersey, the world champion, John Tomac.
Tigre Juarez, he's the hometown favorite. He just moved to Big Bear Lake. The top 30 finishers earn points in this National Championship Series, and the best 5 results count towards the overall title.
The men's race, 5 laps, a total of 31 miles. Again, 800 feet of climbing per lap. Will they be able to stay in the saddle where the women had to get off the bike?
And leading the pack at the start is Rishi Grewal. He's 25 years old. He won here last year, but so far in 1992, he's having a slow start.
John Tomac quickly able to capture and take over the lead from Rishi Grewal. Tomac, of course, the world champion. Behind him, it is Darrell Price of Specialized, and then Tinker Juarez, who had a frustrating end to last season, wasn't selected for the world's team. So he's trying to prove himself anew, but John Tomac likes it out front and intends to stay there, setting a torrid pace early on.
Darrell Price, though, is keeping Tomac in sight, and that's what he needs to do. He's 22 years old, and he won a World Cup last year, but he rides in the shadow of his teammate, Ned Overend.
Of course, Tim, Overend's 36, and Price, well, he is bound to take over and not be the protege of Overend, but the successor. As he pursues John Tomac here, Tomac is not able to shake Darrell Price in this race. Tinker Juarez, breathing hard, is about a minute behind as he nears the summit on this course. Juarez Well, he is known for season-long consistency, his ability to perform well on a variety of terrain. A good climber, seems to have bad luck with flat tires, though.
Tomac's had bad luck in the past, too, with flat tires, but right now he's hammering. This is John Tomac at his best.
Darrell Price, though, yielding nothing. He's got him in his sights. Tinker Juarez on his own in third place, where he finished a year ago at Big Bear Lake.
And just behind, Rishi Graywall, followed by Ned Overend. And for Overend to be in fifth place with 4 full laps to go, that's not a problem. He comes on strong near the end.
John Tomac starting the second climb, the number 3 on his bike. His placing in the NORBA Series last year, Darrell Price, number 4. Tinker Juarez, a big cheer from his hometown crowd, his adopted Big Bear Lake, as he starts up on the second lap.
And now it looks like Darrell Price has moved up onto the shoulder of John Tomac. And this is a rare sight in U.S. mountain bike racing, to see Darrell Price pass John Tomac.
Tinker Juarez, though, not in contention with these two. Now Tomac comes back, the great descender. He has taken over from Darrell Price.
And the downhill is a defining feature of this course. If Price can stay close to Tomac, he's doing well.
Ned Overend now moving up to 4th place behind Tinker Juarez. And Tomac, the downhill racer, in his tuck. It is a bumpy, fast, harrowing downhill. And for Tomac, it's a joy.
Tinker Juarez doesn't show nearly the abandon of the 2 leaders. It's no wonder he's losing time. You'd think he'd do better on his hometown training course.
Darrell Price, despite Tomac's skills on the descents, has not been shaken. As they begin lap number 3, Tomac finds himself in unfamiliar territory. The World Cup races he won by several minutes, but now he has a man on his shadow and hard on it. Tinker Juarez in 3rd, but well behind the leaders, trying to hold off Ned Overend, who's making an attack from 4th.
And the steepness of the hike-a-bike section shows as the 2 leaders carry their bikes. Darrell Price is a little bit peppier. He's had a couple weeks off after getting hurt and coming home to rest. Tomac, well, he's been plagued by media appearances and sponsorship demands, but he still believes in himself.
My form is good. I don't think that's, the question, but, there's a lot of variables in racing, so I'm confident that I can do well, but I won't predict a win.
In Big Bear Lake, this is the variable. Darrell Price, John Tomac fading on the climb. Price goes past him, and look at him now as he makes a wild descent to hold off Tomac, whom he knows is a descender supreme. Can Darrell Price stay out front?
The Golfer's Edge, brought to you by Dial Soap.
If you've been watching the pros and trying to copy that glamorous high finish, you're probably wondering where your power is gone. Stay with us for a drill to get the explosion back through the ball.
Okay, on the left. That's it. Smile. You're all related now. I know it's scary.
Aren't you glad you used Dial?
Hold it. No, don't go anywhere.
Don't you wish everybody did?
Take the picture.
The idea of a high finish has done a lot to slow down golf swings. In an effort to finish high, the club often makes a wide but slow arc. There's no explosion through the ball. The cure for this slow motion type finish is to concentrate on letting your arms fold quickly after the impact. Let the shaft hit your left shoulder and go down your back. Hold this thought. Finish low to make it go farther.
The Golfer's Edge, brought to you by Dial Soap.
Three minutes back in the descent of the 3rd lap, Tinker Juarez.
And he's not quite as aggressive as the others. His arms don't seem relaxed, and his line is not nearly so straight.
Darrell Price, though, riding with good form as he starts the ascent to begin the 4th lap. Can he hold off John Tomac? Tomac now 20 seconds behind with 2 laps to go.
That's just 12 miles, and for John Tomac, 20 seconds is nothing. But usually at this point in a race, he's either winning or he's out of it.
He's not out of it now, but Darrell Price being urged on and encouraged by the crowd. Tinker Juarez, it's his hometown crowd, but he looks so tentative, and he's dropped further back, now more than 3 minutes behind the leaders.
Ned Overend, the 5-time national champion, is struggling. He's in 6th place. And Rishi Grewal, 1 foot down. This is not his normal form. He won here last year, but this year he's having trouble.
It's a bit harder for me to stay healthy in Europe because I'm used to a drier climate, and I get over there and all of a sudden the climate's really moist and damp, and it's hard on my lungs. My lungs get infected quite easy in those kind of conditions.
At over 7,000 feet elevation, Grewal in trouble here at Big Bear Lake. But Darrell Price thriving on the altitude as he pushes up the hill, extending his lead over John Tomac to now 1 minute and 12 seconds. Tomac had dominated the descents, but now it's the uphills that are giving him trouble. So critical in this race, as Peter Graves explains.
Thanks very much, Greg. High in the mountains here of Southern California, this is what the riders call technical single track. And there's a lot of it here at Snow Summit. A good cross-country course is a blend of uphill, downhill, and flats. But if the riders are going to win, if they're going to go for gold in this competition, they've got to do it right here on the technical single track. It's the heart and soul of the course.
Darrell Price is well aware of his time advantage, and he's sailing towards maybe his first victory of the year.
Tinker Juarez, the opposite of sailing. He's dropped another 40 seconds to 3:40 behind Price on this one climb.
And that's Ranjit Grewal. He's moved up into 4th place. He finished 5th here last year. Tomac still exuberant, still having fun.
But today, fun isn't fast. Here's Darrell Price. He has extended his lead on the descent to 1:32.
And behind Ned Overend, the 5-time national champion. What a career. The first world champion of our sport. 5 times the national champion, and one of those came here at Big Bear.
Overend at 36, though, may be seeing his career begin to fade. Darrell Price still out in front of John Tomac. You know, Tomac looks so quick, but it is deceiving. He is not quicker than Darrell Price today.
After 4 hard races in Europe, he may have what they call heavy legs in bike racing.
Tinker Juarez, again, we see his bike squirming and swirling as he comes downhill.
He looks like he's going to crash, Greg.
Darrell Price, he looks like he's going to win. No fatigue showing in his form here as he comes to the summit, and it's downhill for Darrell Price as John Tomac still is climbing.
He'll always thrill the crowd, even in 2nd place.
2nd place is getting further back, though. Darrell Price on his way to his first win since Mount St. Anne last year. Now 2:59 in front of the fading John Tomac.
And this is victory lap time, relaxed and free, while John Tomac, he knows his fate. 2nd place. Now he just needs to hold on. He's probably very hot and very tired.
And lucky that it's Tinker Juarez behind him in 3rd, because someone else might be able to catch Tomac now.
The course is almost like a roller coaster here with the big banks. For a recreational rider, this would be a lot of fun. And actually it is for the leader, Darrell Price.
John Tomac trying to make up as much time as he can on the descent. He was 2nd in the World Championship downhill. It is one of his best aspects in racing. But he does not have the distance to do it here to try to catch Darrell Price and Tinker Juarez. We see the pain in his face as he comes over the top for the final time.
He doesn't look strong. He's 4 minutes and 33 seconds behind, but he's still in 3rd place. Tomac in cruise mode, just riding it out now, hoping to keep 2nd place and get the National Championship Series points.
Tinker Juarez tries to hang it out on the descent, but this is where he has had troubles throughout the entire race. And the smoother Tomac, though he's fatigued, will not be caught.
He's so light, and here that's a disadvantage.
A little pirouette for Darrell Price as he comes out of the shadow of his teammate, Ned Overend. They call Price Overend's protege. With this win, he may be Overend's successor. It's Price all the way.
Excuse me, do you know what stock options are?
I wish I did.
The information you know you should know is in the Wall Street Journal's video guide to money and markets. This exclusive 30-minute video is free. When you call for 13 weeks of the journal for just $37, that's over 20% off the newsstand price.
Call toll-free 800-832-8700 for 13 weeks of the Wall Street Journal and your free video on money and markets. That's 800-832-8700.
Now you can own the best of Sports Center on home video, featuring superstars, amazing plays, wacky bloopers. Now on home video.
The National Championship Series has been brought to you by GT Bicycle, innovation that works, and by Tartar Control Press, the dentist's choice to help keep your teeth tartar-free.
Back in Big Bear Lake, California, an exhausted but equally happy Darrell Price celebrates his victory in this first stop in the Jeep National Championship Series. The second big win of his career by beating this man. By 3 minutes and 40 seconds, John Tomac in second place. Let's go to Peter Graves and Darrell Price.
I came home early from Europe after a crash, so I think I was a little bit better rested than most people, and it seemed to work out really well for me here. That was pretty much my goal, is to go home and get some therapy on my knee and then come out here and race well. So it sure did, you know, really work out well for me.
And so it's Price first, Tomac second, a solid performance by Tinker Juarez. Peter Graves is with John Tomac.
I just came from Switzerland on Monday, and I had a lot of meetings, business meetings and travel and things like that, and a lot of times, you know, you can't be on your best form at every race. So, and, you know, I really, you know, didn't feel good at all, and I still came out with a second, so I'm a little bit happy about that. I was just, you know, just plugging away out there trying to get it done.
The top 5 finishers atop the podium. Number 1 in the Jeep Championship jersey, it's Darrell Price. He definitely has come out from under the shadow of Ned Overend. The series continues in early June in the Catskills at Hunter Mountain, New York, and the first time the tour's gone there.
It's a ski area. Eastern skiers will know it well as a rocky, steep mountain, and I think it'll probably be a true test of mountain biking. Very different, though, than the dust and high altitude.
An exciting season in the Jeep National Championship Series is underway. Mountain biking returns to ESPN on July 1st with the Mountain Bike World Cup from Hunter Mountain, New York. The first North American stop on the Mountain Bike World Cup this year. Hunter Mountain coming your way on July 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on ESPN. Then be sure to catch the action from the very technical course at Mount Snow, Vermont, the next American stop on the Mountain Bike World Cup. That comes your way on August 5th at 5 p.m. Also, be sure to watch Bicycling as the series presents a comprehensive preview of the Tour de France, including interviews with the favorites, a look at the course, and a discussion of the winning equipment. Catch Bicycling on June 27th at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific.